Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Falling Forward. This is episode 3, Taking Care of Yourself. I am your host, Alicia. I am a freshman at Dartmouth College, and yeah, that's me. I'm sorry, I have not recorded one of these in too long. Um, after midterm season, I think I just shut down. I had my brain turned off. I'm currently heading into and currently in my final season. So all I'm doing lately is, you know what, just freaking studying 24/7. Whoa. I totally forget sometimes that I have like an automatic air freshener. Ignore that. But yeah, that's what I'm going through in my life. I had a few episodes planned out for a while now. I just couldn't sit down and record them because obviously it takes a while, but I mean, this is just excuse. But I decided today to sit down and do this because it's one of my best friend's birthdays today. Happy birthday, Sylvia. And she asked as a birthday present that I record this. So happy birthday. Love you, girl. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you about something that I have been doing in my life that I started recently, these last, few weeks. And I started therapy, and not just little therapy or telehealth. I go to my sit down therapist once a week and we talk about life and trauma and stuff. She's amazing. But I wanted to tell the story on how I got into this therapist. I meet with the first generation director every 2 weeks. His name is Jay. He's amazing. If you go to college and you're first gen, even if you're not and you somehow get to have a meeting with him, do it. He's amazing. I go to this meeting and I'm telling him about how I've been in life and how I'm looking lonely or whatever problem I had. And he's like, have you tried getting a therapist? And I was like, yeah, but they all suck. And he's like, wait, no, they don't all suck. I had a therapist for 3 years or whatever, he said, and I didn't feel like she was helping me at all. And she sat me down one day and she was like, whoa, ASMR. Anyways, sorry, that was me. Anyways, okay. She sat me down and she was like, I don't think I'm helping you anymore. So I think we should give you a new therapist. And the next one he found was the right fit for him. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever, Jay, I'll get a new therapist, I'll try it out. No, it was genuinely the best decision. I'm so glad I did, because the therapists I've had before were jack fucking shit. They were horrible. And I meet this girl, and my therapist is amazing. She digs in deep, and instead of me having to do the work for myself, she asks me questions, and it guides me in the direction of diving deeper into my thoughts and whatever happened. And it's amazing. Whoever said therapists weren't great are fucking lying. They're amazing. Godsends. And also, that's such a hard profession, let's be for real. Sitting around listening to other people talk about their issues all day and going home and having nobody ever listen to your issues. Ugh. I would not want to be a therapist, man. But anyways, yeah, she's amazing. And if you have any idea of taking care of yourself, I feel working on your mental health is the most important step. You could have bad physical health, yeah, but if you have bad mental health, then you're over. And I think I walked around life with a zombie these past few months, these past 6 months to I don't know, 8 months. Low-key, since I graduated high school, it's been a little rough, but I had walked around like a zombie because I had so much trauma go on in my life within those months. And now I'm working on getting myself better again and being normal. And therapy is, I feel one of the best ways to do it, because you don't just avoid your conflict anymore. That was one of my main things. I always was avoiding my thoughts, and I was I just don't want to think about it. I won't think about it, which is so toxic, because then you'll never get over it. You'll never process what happens to you and whatnot. So here we are, and I'm in therapy and I'm processing. It's so fun. Like, I literally, like, almost every freaking, like, meeting with her, I'm, like, bawling. It's so funny because I go to a therapy session, I'm, like, crying in the session, and then, like, after an hour is up, she's like, okay, our time's up, and then, like, I get up, and I'm, like, okay, and I sit there, and I'm, like, going throughout my day, like, trying to hold it together. I had a therapy appointment today, and, like, the next few hours, like, oh my god. I cannot cry right now. But, yeah. Anyways, starting therapy is a great way to take care of yourself, your mental being. I feel like it's low-key, like, the best way. Actually, you know what? Whatever. One of the best. We'll say that. Then my next tip is eating well. Something that I came to college, and I know what you're going to be thinking by the time I say this, is that this is so normal. And it is normal. I gained 25 pounds coming to college. That's a lot, if you ask me, especially because I'm like 5'1", so 25 pounds is like, not even 5'1", I'm like 5'1" on a good day, okay? 25 pounds is like my body mass, so I gained 25 pounds, and my body looked completely different than I did, and it was low-key like eating me alive. Like, I kept being like, well, I just don't feel pretty anymore, which is so, again, this is normal, and also, I feel like people online, like, don't really want to say, like, they have weight or body issues, because it is, like, boils down to being a little bit fat phobic, and, like, I don't want to be, but I think the way that society wired my brain is, like, I don't want to be fat, and by having some fat on me, and by gaining 25 pounds, it low-key threw me into a little bit of a spiral, and, I was like, damn, like, I don't feel pretty anymore. It was a huge, like, mental health thing. So, I decided to commit to eating better and, you know, going to the gym more. Oh, and so anyways, I, don't eat unnecessary junk food anymore. I, like, eat during meals, and I eat good stuff. Like, I avoid carbs and whatnot, and, like, I eat vegetables and whatnot, and I think, honestly, it has improved my, like, brain fog. Like, before I was like, I can't sit down and do anything, you know, but now I'm like, I'm eating all these good foods for me, and, well, one, I feel like I'm doing something for myself. I feel like a lot of the things you do for self-care and taking care of yourself in general is fucking placebo, but as long as you feel like you're taking care of yourself and your body, like, that's all you need. So I started taking care of myself through what I'm eating and working out. I go to the gym 3 times a week. I do a lot of cardio and weightlifting, and I feel so strong, and I've lost some weight from it, and it feels great. It feels like a journey. Like, I'm like heading out on a journey. But there's also to say that there is a thin line between unhealthy and healthy. Take care of yourself by staying on the healthy side. You know, no, eating disorders aren't good. I am not promoting eating disorders whatsoever. Going to the gym is good for you. It increases, like, a bunch of shit for you. It makes you think better. It makes you physically better. It helps you stay, like, not sick. And eating better, same way. Like, the fucking saying, eat an apple a day makes the doctor go away. Whatever. It's just taking care of yourself, and also putting the effort in to deliberately doing something good for yourself, like, means so much. If you're constantly doing things that are bad for your body and bad for your brain, there's going to be, obviously you're going to fucking have bad mental health. Like, come on. But if you're actively putting in effort to do things that are good for you, it'll slowly over time increase your self-care and your mental health. And that's what I'm doing. So, eating well, working out, whatnot. My next thing, very controversial, but also everyone says it in the world, is get off your damn phone. Get some less screen time, man. So, I am addicted like everyone else in my generation, and probably 2 generations before. All through high school, whenever I had free time or was stressed or whatever, would go on TikTok or Instagram or Pinterest or Facebook or whatever fucking social media I had, and I would scroll till I feel better. And that would take me hours, especially if something big happened in my life. I would sit on my phone for hours trying to feel better and block my mind and distract myself from what was going on, which does not fix anything. So I made it a goal for myself to fucking quit my screen. And I'm doing better. I am not perfect. I have this app on my phone. It only works for iPhone users, so if you have an Android, I'm so sorry. But, where's my phone? It's called Screen Zen. It is on the iOS App Store. Basically, what it does is every time you open your phone, all of these, like, settings are adjustable. These are my settings. When you open your phone and you go to a social media app, like, for example, TikTok, because I deleted Instagram from my phone. I deleted Facebook. The only social media I have on my phone right now is TikTok, which is also horrible. But on TikTok, when you open the app, it gives, it, like, reminds you, it's like, do you want to go on TikTok? Is this important? And if you click yes, like, open the app, then, it'll wait at least 15 seconds for me so that I, like, can process being on it. I'd be like, okay, just kidding. Like, I don't need this. Like, so it's not just, like, doom scrolling. You're, like, actively choosing to be on the app. And then there's also the, like, it features. So you have, like, on my phone, this is still a lot of time, but I don't ever use it. I have 5 times to go on TikTok a day for 15 minutes each. In theory, that's a fucking bunch of time. That's like, it's like an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah. So I don't use all of that. I use maybe like 1 or 2, sometimes 3 if I'm like real risky with my screen time. And it also keeps a streak of how long you've been, like, basically social media sober. Or shit, I want to find on my phone. Like, I want to see how. Here it is. Let's see what my streak is. I feel like it has to be high. I got it a while ago. Okay. It asked me if this is important. It asked me how many times I open the day, how many skips I have. So how many times you open the app and decide not to go on it. Ooh, when I first started, it was a bunch. But so far, I am 148 days TikTok sober. If I had freaking sound effects right now, I would be clapping. And also, something really cool about it is that you can change the different, like, colors of it. It's, like, customizable. It's so cute. But yeah, that app is amazing. But another downside, when I'm not on TikTok, because I don't want to open the app and ruin my streak, I go on freaking YouTube Shorts. It's so embarrassing. But whatever. That's for a different day. That's a problem for another time. But now that it's also okay, wait, this is like on topic, but also not. Every year since I started going to, like, church as a kid, I'm not super religious now, but when I was religious and, like, on that track, I would go to church, and my church as a kid like, did the, like, Lent. I forget the days. I think it's from, like, Ash Wednesday to Easter. You'd give up something in your life. And a few years I did, like, soda. I did, shit like that. And I'm thinking this year I'm not going to completely give up, like, TikTok, but I'm going to try to limit myself more and be better with it. Because I go on TikTok like an hour a day. No, because I have it on my iPad too. I'm horrible. But I'm non-religiously giving up TikTok for Lent, so that's my goal. But anyways, less screen time on TikTok, or not even TikTok, any social media, because I feel like, low-key, social media is so fucking toxic for me. I don't know if it's for everyone else, but I'm constantly comparing myself to people on it. Like, it's the only thing I do. If I go on Instagram, then I'm seeing other people's posts, and I'm like, damn, well, they're having fun, and I'm not. Or they're able to go across the country, and I'm too poor to. And, like, I feel like the only thing I do on the app is compare myself to others. Or I'm falling into freaking capitalism. Like, oh, EOS came out with a new lotion. I'm like, must have. Like, no, like, that's not necessary. So, honestly, Instagram is, like, not the best. And it's just or it's me trying to curate posts to be cool for other people. Like, I don't need to be cool for other people. I'm cool for myself. I want to be mysterious as I like spill my guts online. But anyways, so that's Instagram for you. And then on TikTok, a lot of my TikTok, at least recently since the election, has been very political stuff, and it's very scary for me because the time we're in right now and whatnot. Not to get political or take a side or anything, but it's scary. And my whole feed is that. And then if it's not that whole feed, then it's brain rot and it's stupid shit and it's the stuff that I don't need. But again, I think my brain is wired to, like, it calms me down because it, like, my attention span is not so low that I need new content every 10 seconds, which is horrible for me. But you know, it contributes to my, like, bad mental health, and it's time to take care of myself and get it the fuck out. So hopefully I'll keep you updated, but so far getting better, little bits at a time. At least I can say with my whole heart that I'm better than other people. See, there I go, comparing myself. But here I am. I'm not as, like, fucking chronically online than others. So I'm making progress. I used to be the worst of it. Okay, my next tip is making time for hobbies. Lately, this has been so bad for me. This podcast is proof of it, that I have not done any hobby. I'm so bad. I'm so sorry, everyone, that listening, like 4 people, but like, I'm also sorry to myself. Like, all I do all day, I go to school, I do my homework, I eat dinner, I come back to the dorm, I watch Gilmore Girls, or I scroll my phone. It is so toxic for me, and I'm putting in no time for myself. Every now and then I'll, like, do an everything shower, and then I, like, sit in bed and watch Gilmore Girls. I think, honestly, especially when you're in college, or especially when you're going through, like, your everyday life, because there's so many days, like, of the year that are just regular old days, that you wake up at the same time, you go to bed at the same time, you do the same schedule. During those days, in order to make it not feel so, like, 9 to 5 or Sunday scaries, you need to start, like, romanticizing and making time for things that you like. And I fall in the trap of being like, okay, well, I'm too tired to. Like, I can't draw, I can't crochet, I can't podcast because I'm too tired. I worked all day. And honestly, like, I get it. I feel it. Like, I'm too tired. I'm too tired now. I'm so overwhelmed. But they're your hobbies for a reason. You enjoy to do them, and if you enjoy to do them, then they're better than be on your fucking phone, that's for sure. Get off the screens, no more TV. Whenever you feel the urge to sit on your phone, pull out a craft. It'll help you from comparing yourself to others on the internet. It'll bring down your screen time. It'll make you feel productive with the time you have, and you'll have something to show for it. This does not include video games. I low-key am a video game hater. I will talk about this more if anyone's interested. Get off all screens. That includes video games. That includes phone. That includes TV. Whatever you're thinking of. Go to the gym in that time. Play board games with your family, your friends. Try a new coffee shop. And if you have no money, crochet or draw or read a book. Read my book. I will give you a discount code. I'll figure out how to find a discount code, and I'll give you a discount code. Regardless, make time for hobbies. Lately, I have not been reading, I've not been crocheting or drawing, but I love doing that stuff. And so I'm going to make a commitment next term, because this term's over, to do more stuff for me. Whether that be reading books, or whether that be crocheting or drawing, whatever. Make time for me. To go along with that, I wrote down for my next point, separation between work, school, and home. This is like work and home environment. Replace work with school if you're in school. Basically, I see does not include me. I'm like really good at this. I've always been really good at this. But basically, I see most of my peers here have a really bad work home situation. They stay up till 10 p.m. studying, and they study in their dorms, or they, never stop doing something for school. And I think to take care of yourself and prioritize your brain and not your work, you have to like stop at a certain time. This is what I do. No matter how much work I have to do, how stressed I am, I will not study past 7 p.m. max. Usually 6 p.m. or earlier. Whenever I go to dinner, that's my good night for the night. I cannot study when the sun's down, because like I commit myself to having time for me. It's my me time, is what I tell people. I get up early. I get up at 7 a.m. every day, and 8 a.m. go to a cafe and do my homework, go to class, and I spend the whole day studying. Why would I have to stay up even later at night? If you don't think nighttime is the time for your me time, make it in the morning. But regardless, separate some time for just you. And this is not just a separate some time just for you on one day of the week. Separate some time for just you every single day of the week. I have a few hours every single day. You know how nice it is to go home at 5 p.m. and be in bed by 10 p.m. and have 5 hours of just me time? That includes showering, getting myself ready for bed or whatever. I get to journal, I get to do yoga, I get to sit on my phone for 4 hours if I want, but I get to do that because it's my me time. And it's given me less guilt between my school and work time, because if I don't get a lot done that day, I'm like, okay, well, it'll be there tomorrow. But when I did, if I didn't have a good separation between the two, I would take it home with me, and then I would be up all night doing it, and that does not contribute to a well mental health. That is not taking care of your body or your mind or anything. So, that being said, have a separation between your work and school life. This might be a hot take for some people, because I know a lot of people do this. Do not study in your dorm. Do not study in your room. Do not do work at home. Work in a coffee shop. Work at a library. Whatever. You're home. I will never do homework in my bed. This is such a hot take. I cannot. My bed is for fun. My bed is for sleep. And my room, my dorm, is for relaxation and me time. If I start bringing my work and school life into it, then it loses its value of relaxation, and it makes my room less homey to me. And if you have trouble sleeping, or if you have trouble focusing in your room, it's probably because your brain's a little confused on the environment, and it doesn't know whether this environment is study or sleep time. And it also helps because I go to the same library every single day whenever I study, so when I get in that library, I know it's time to lock in. So, to take care of yourself, go fucking study in a coffee shop. Get yourself a fun treat. Okay. My next point is probably one of my favorite things to do of all time. And they're self-care nights. When my boyfriend and I do them, we call them girls' nights. Basically what you do, you turn off your life from the outside world, and you put on a face mask, and you take an everything shower, and shave your legs, and wash your hair, and put on the comfiest pair of pajamas you have, get in your comfy bed, watch your favorite show, do your favorite task, read your favorite book, do a nose strip, drink cucumber and lemon water, drink some tea, eat your favorite snack, do an everything you love night. You do not need to do or have the things that are your favorites just because it's a special occasion. I was thinking that the other day. I was like, why do I only let myself have my favorite things when it's a special occasion? Shouldn't I want my favorite things all the time if it's my favorite thing? But I think we as a society made our minds think that we weren't allowed to have our favorite things unless it's like a special occasion. Like, have a steak on a random night because it's your favorite, you know? Drink some soda without guilt if you like it. It's totally okay to do that. Prioritize yourself. And do that on your self-care nights. I do these at least once a week. Low-key, a lot more lately ever since midterm season because I've been more stressed than usual. It's like my way of giving back to myself. I don't let myself stress. I don't let myself really talk to other people. I don't let myself like bring in my work or school life or anything. It's me, myself, taking care of myself, my body, my mind, and being at peace. I coined this term a girls' night. So if it becomes famous because of this, it is because of me. Even though like everyone does this. But that being said, another like one of my hyperfixations right now is perfumes and like lotions and smelling really good. So I think that really goes along with my self-care nights. It makes me feel so good because I like put on my favorite lotion and body oil and perfume and I sit in bed and I smell good and I watch my favorite show, read my favorite book, and I'm sitting here and I'm happy because I'm covered in everything that I love. Surround yourself with things that you love. You know what? That's great advice. Surround yourself with things you love. But overall, I also want to point out that it's totally okay to not be okay. I think a lot of the time, especially on social media or when you compare yourself to others, you're like, well, everyone seems like they have it all figured out. And everyone seems like they're okay. And even if they're not okay, they're working to get okay. But to be transparent here, I'm working to be okay, but I'm not okay. And it's okay to not be okay, especially all the time. Like, everyone has their moments. It's impossible to be okay all the time. There's days where they're amazing. You're gonna have like a special day where you get a raise or you get into the college you want or whatever. There's days where they're just normal days. You wake up at the same time every day, you go to bed at the same time, you do the same routine over and over again. And there's days where they just fucking suck, where everything goes wrong and your life's the worst and you feel like dying. But at the end of the day, you know your life will go back to the good days and your life will go back to the mediocre days. And your life will go back to the bad days as well. And whether that be you have a majority of bad days, a majority of good days, or a majority of average days, at least you know that it's never one. And the joy of life is living. And if you're scared of living, or if you spend your whole life in sadness and not trying to get better, then, I mean, it's on you. But it's also okay to feel like you don't want to get better and you have no motivation. It just comes to a point when it's like you realize you have to take care of yourself. And yeah, love yourself. It's the only way other people will love you. It's the only way I feel like you'll get anywhere in life. I think I was talking to someone the other day and they were like, well, I really love you and I really think you're amazing. And I was like having a really bad day that day. And I was like, well, I don't really care what you think if I don't think it. And I think that is true for a lot of things. Like, you can believe all you want that other people love you, but if you don't love yourself, then you don't understand why they love you. And taking care of yourself is the first step to understanding. So, that was a philosophical, fucking rant, but it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to be okay. And stop comparing yourself to others. Get off your damn phone, eat well, start therapy, have some self-care nights. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go shower after this. And yeah, well, thank you for listening. I hope everyone listening out there has a good time, heals from their traumas, and, unless you're my op, then fuck you. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, enjoy yourself, and I hope you feel better. And if you feel great, then I'm so happy for you, and thank you for listening. Even though I just ranted about how you're not feeling okay. But regardless, thank you. And happy birthday, Sylvia. and wish me luck on my finals because I'm gonna need it. But yeah, thank you for listening to episode 3 of Taking Care of Yourself. This is Falling Forward.